Hey guys, what's going on? James Klug here. Today we're talking to people about Jussie Smollett.
Actually, James,
yeah.
It's Jussie.
Jussie? Oh, Jussie Smollett. A lot of politicians, celebrities kind of jumped the gun with the case and came out with pretty strong tweets or statements about it. And I'll read you one of them. One is actually from Kamala Harris, Democratic candidate running for 2020. And she basically said, this was an attempted modern-day lynching. Okay, so a pretty heavy thing to say without any evidence. But basically, what I want to know is, what was your initial reaction to the Jussie Smollett story?
Initially, I was hurt because the racism and all those things still going on in the world. But once I found out that it was a hoax, he had manipulated the situation and everything. He getting everything he deserved. I mean, if he loses his job, if he stays in prison, that could have started a whole lot of situations with people in Chicago that we have no control over. It could have been a race war. It could have been anything, just for you to stimulate your own ego so you can be looked at as a higher figure. That's not right.
Do you think that Kamala Harris saying that, I mean, do you think that's damaging to uniting the country?
I don't think so.
And why is that?
Well, I don't know.
We have Cory Booker here, Democratic candidate running for president in 2020, okay? He said the vicious attack on actor Jussie Smollett was an attempted modern-day lynching. Okay, so basically I want to know, what was your guys' initial reaction to the Jussie Smollett story?
When I heard the first thing, I was like, oh, it's kind of like, it's pretty messed up. Like, It's getting that crazy out here. But then I don't even know what to think. I don't even know if it's like still a scandal or if it really was made up, but that's how I felt. So.
No, I felt the same way about it. I was like really shocked that it was happening like all at first.
We have to look at all perspectives and things, and we also have to examine exactly what went on in the situation.
And I completely agree with that, and I think that's why a lot of people had a problem with Kamala Harris, because she agreed with the case before hearing any facts.
Before actually examining it.
Do you think that it's a good idea for presidential candidates to be coming out right away and saying stuff like that without there being any evidence?
No, those are pretty strong words for not having any backing information.
You want to have both sides of the story before you start making accusations and forming opinions like that.
When it comes to tweets like that, I mean, do you guys think that that's damaging to unifying this country?
Yeah, I think stuff like that, I don't think it's making our country any better. I think it's just making it worse like everything else, so I don't know. What
was your initial reaction to the Jussie Smollett
He's a bitch-ass mother-looking ass on a set. You wanna know why? Because he's a male, like me and you. You have balls, right?
Yeah.
You have really nice balls, right? You probably do.
Two very nice balls, yeah.
Exactly.
This quote's from director Rob Reiner that initially tweeted, "Homophobia existed before Trump, but there is no question that since he has injected his hatred into the American bloodstream, we are less decent, less human, and less loving. No tolerance, no Donald Trump." So basically what I want to know is, what were you guys' initial reactions to the Jussie Smollett story?
I don't know. I mean, it was shocking, but you obviously didn't have all the facts, so.
I also think that it really undermines a lot of people that have faced a real hate crime. So about the politicians, celebrities coming out, musicians coming out, kind of jumping the gun and having his back without any evidence, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's unifying to the country at all?
No, I think that's called jumping the bandwagon. Jumping on the bandwagon where they see publicity, where they see somebody that can get additional publicity and stuff like that. They just jumped in without even having any understanding or knowledge of what's going on. So that should be looked at as well, because what's next? What's next? Are they going to come up and say, oh, you're wrong, they did this, they did that? Do the research, man. Get the evidence, and then come to a conclusion.
Did you believe it, or were you skeptical?
I believed it because I didn't have any reason not to, so.
Yeah.
My thing is, it's like, dude, that's gay.
Yeah.
That he did that.
Yeah.
Just because you're gay and black does not mean that you go act the way you want to act and say, he raped me or he was being mean to me. No one's being mean to him.
Yeah.
He's a male.
Yeah.
Grow some balls. Grow some balls and become a male.
The problem I see is that those that have the responsibility to set an example of integrity, of understanding, of clarity and knowledge should be the ones that say, you know what, let me dive deeper into this before I make a comment. Let me find out truly what are the supporting factors, whether it be pro or against, and let me make an honest, truthful interpretation of what I believe is really going on, instead of just throwing opinions out there and causing a whirlwind of biased results.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think that's a very responsible way of going about things. If we do hear something that is kind of in your gut, you want a knee-jerk reaction, but it's always good to wait for the facts to come out and then assess the situation from there. Do you think that the media kind of jumped the gun in that case, or do you disagree with that?
I don't know. I think they get pressure, why aren't you reporting more about this? Or, why isn't this being reported about? So then they report about it, and then they're like, ooh, you reported too quickly. You said too much without information. So
you think that they had pressure to really just, I guess, side with him?
I don't know about that, but I know people who heard about it is why isn't this more in the media? So then they report about it and get in trouble for it.
Because you're retarded. You want to know why he's retarded?
Yeah, why?
Because you don't put yourself in a situation where you're gonna lose a battle.
Yeah.
As you can see on social media, on the press, this fool is getting frowned upon because he's a dumbass. Oh, just 'cause I'm gay and I'm black, I'm and oh my god, dude, I'm so insecure, bro. Gay as even though he's gay, I love gay guys.
Yeah.
My cousin's gay. I don't give a flying you know?
This one's from director Bob Reiner, who initially tweeted, homophobia existed before Trump, but there's no question that since he has injected his hatred into American bloodstream, we are less decent, less human, and less loving. No intolerance, no Donald Trump. So my question for you is, what was your initial reaction to the Jussie Smollett story?
I guess it'd be that there's still an issue with homophobia. I know a lot of people were quick to make a case for their own case, and they use that to kind of back it up. I didn't really do that. I was just oh, that's such a shame that this is still going on.
For sure.
And when it turned out it wasn't true, I was oh, then I guess not that there still isn't an issue, obviously, but that I guess it kind of brought to how people always use something to back up their own arguments. Really.
Do you guys think there was anything to learn from this?
Don't judge too quickly, I guess. I don't know.
Get your facts straight. Find the right resources, and yeah.
What media sources are you guys watching?
The Snapchat stories.
My God.
As a young male, he's had balls. I'm gonna cry about because I'm gay and black and I want to be gay. Him.
Yeah.
You decide to do that, and backlash is on him because he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a male, personally, gay or not, you have balls, bro.